The envelope was old and wrinkled when I found it stuck between the couch cushions. I almost threw it away, thinking it was junk mail. But then I saw my name written in Dad's handwriting. My hands started shaking. Dad had been dead for 3 years. Why was there a letter with my name on it hidden in my brother Marcus's house? My name is Alina. I am 35 years old. I was only there to water his plants while he was on a business trip, but curiosity got the better of me. I opened the envelope and started reading. My dear daughter, I'm leaving you the beach house property. It was your mother's favorite place. Take care of it. Love, Dad. My heart stopped. The beach house. Dad left me the beach house. I rushed to Marcus's office and turned on his computer. I knew his password. He'd never been good at keeping secrets from me. Except, apparently, this one. I searched through his files, looking for anything about Dad's will or the beach house. What I found made my blood boil. Sale documents. The beach house had been sold 8 months ago for $2 million, and Marcus had signed everything as if he was the owner. He had stolen my inheritance. My own brother had robbed me. I called Marcus immediately, my hands trembling with rage. "Hey, little sister," he answered cheerfully. "Plant's doing okay." "When were you going to tell me?" I said, my voice cold as ice. "Tell you what?" "About the beach house, about selling MY property without telling me." Silence, long, heavy silence. "I can explain," he finally said. "You have 5 minutes, then I'm calling my lawyer." Marcus came home that night instead of staying the extra days he'd planned. He walked in looking nervous, his tie loose and his face pale. "Look, Alina, I needed the money," he started. "My business was failing. I was going to lose everything." "So you stole from me." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "I was going to pay you back. I just needed time. And technically, the will wasn't clear about." "The will had my name on it. Dad's letter had my name on it. There's nothing unclear about that, Marcus." He ran his hands through his hair. "You don't understand the pressure I was under." "No, you don't understand what you've done." I hired a private investigator the next day. Her name was Detective Sarah Mills, and she was tough as nails. I told her everything. "Your brother forged documents?" she asked, taking notes. "He must have. Dad left me that property in his will. I have the letter." "And you never saw the official will?" That's when it hit me. No, Marcus handled everything after Dad died. He said it was too painful for me to deal with the legal stuff. He told me Dad left everything to both of us equally. Sarah nodded slowly. "We need to find that original will." I remembered something. Dad had a safe deposit box at First National Bank. Marcus had taken me there once after the funeral, but he'd gone in alone. "He told me it was empty," I told Sarah. "Said Dad had cleaned it out before he died." "Let's find out if that's true." We went to the bank together. I showed them my ID and explained the situation. The manager checked the records. "Mr. Carter, you're listed as a joint holder on this box. You can access it any time." Marcus had lied, again. Inside the safe deposit box was the original will, and just as I suspected, it left the beach house solely to me. There were also other documents, property deeds, stock certificates, bank statements. Dad had been wealthier than I'd thought, and Marcus had hidden it all from me. "He's stolen more than just the beach house," Sarah said, looking at the papers. "This is fraud on a massive scale." I felt sick, my own brother, my only family. "What do you want to do?" Sarah asked gently. I took a deep breath. "I want justice, and I want revenge." That's when I learned about Marcus's $10 million contract. He was about to close the biggest deal of his career, a partnership with Henderson Global Industries. It would make him rich beyond his wildest dreams. The contract signing was in 2 weeks. I had 2 weeks to decide how to destroy him. Sarah gave me a knowing look. "You could report him now, get him arrested for fraud. The deal would fall apart." "No," I said slowly. "That's too easy, too quick. I want him to feel what I felt, the betrayal, the shock, the loss." "What did you have in mind?" I smiled, but it wasn't a nice smile. "Let him think everything is fine. Let him get close to his dream. then I'll take it away. For the next 2 weeks, I pretended everything was normal. I had dinner with Marcus. I congratulated him on his big deal. I even helped him prepare his presentation for Henderson Global. He had no idea I knew everything. "You're a good brother," he told me one night over beers. "I'm lucky to have you." I nearly broke my beer bottle squeezing it so hard, but I kept smiling. "Family is everything, right?" "Right," he agreed, not seeing the ironing. I did my research on James Henderson, CEO of Henderson Global. He was 67 years old, a self-made billionaire who'd built his empire from nothing. He valued honesty above all else. Perfect. I found out where he had breakfast every morning, a small cafe downtown, so I started going there too. On the third day, I accidentally bumped into him. "I'm so sorry," I said, helping him pick up his newspaper. "No harm done, young man," he said kindly. "Elena Carter, right? I've seen you here before." "Yes, sir, and you're James Henderson. I've read all about you. You're an inspiration." We talked for 20 minutes that morning, and every morning after that. James and I became friends over those 2 weeks. I told him about my life, my work as an architect, my dreams. I was careful never to mention Marcus or the upcoming deal. James talked about his own past, his struggles, his philosophy on business. "You know what I can't stand," he said one morning. "Liars, cheaters, people who steal from their own family, that's the lowest of the low." "I completely agree," I said, taking a sip of my coffee. "Family should mean something." "Exactly. If a man can betray his own blood, he can betray anyone." The pieces were falling into place. 3 days before the contract signing, I invited James to my apartment for dinner. I told him I had something important to discuss. He came, curious and friendly. Over dinner, I finally brought up Marcus. "I need your advice about something, James. It's about my brother." "The one doing business with my company." "Yes, Marcus Carter, he's my brother." James looked surprised but interested. "Small world. What about him?" "I think he's been stealing from me, I have proof. But he's family, you know. I don't know what to do." James leaned forward. "Tell me everything." I showed James all the documents. The real will, the forged sale papers, the bank statements showing Marcus had kept all of Dad's money for himself. James's face grew darker and darker as he read. "This is fraud," he said quietly. "Major fraud." "I know. And now he's about to sign a huge deal with your company. I thought you should know what kind of man he really is." James was silent for a long time. Then he looked at me with respect in his eyes. "Why are you telling me this? You could have let the deal go through, sued him later, and gotten your money back. Why risk warning me?" "Because you said family should mean something. Honesty should mean something. And I think you deserve to know the truth." James left my apartment that night with all the evidence. He promised to handle it carefully. "The contract signing is in 3 days," he said. "I'll make sure this is handled properly." "Thank you, James." He shook his head. "No, thank you. You saved my company from a very bad partnership." After he left, I sat in the dark, thinking about Marcus, thinking about what was coming. Part of me felt guilty, but a bigger part of me felt satisfied. This was justice. Marcus called me the day before the signing, excited and nervous. "Tomorrow's the big day," he said. "I can't believe it's finally happening. $10 million, ELENA, 10 million. That's amazing, Marcus. I'm happy for you." "You'll be there, right? At the signing. I want my sister there for the biggest moment of my life." My throat felt tight. "I'll be there." "Thanks, sis. You're the best sister anyone could ask for." I hung up and stared at the wall. Was I doing the right thing? He was still my brother despite everything. Then I remembered the beach house, Mom's favorite place, the place where she used to take us as kids, the place that was supposed to be mine, that Marcus had sold without a second thought. Yes, I was doing the right thing. The signing was held in Henderson Global's main conference room. It was huge, with windows overlooking the city. There were lawyers, executives, and media present. This was a big deal for both companies. Marcus arrived in his best suit, smiling and shaking hands. He saw me and waved enthusiastically. I waved back, feeling like a ghost. James Henderson entered last. He looked at Marcus, then at me. His face was unreadable. "Let's begin," he said. Before anyone could sit down, James cleared his throat. "Before we sign anything, I have something to say." Marcus looked confused but kept smiling. "Of course, Mr. Henderson." James picked up a folder from the table. My folder, the evidence. "I've learned some disturbing information about you, Mr. Carter. Information about fraud, theft, and betrayal of family trust." Marcus's smile froze. His eyes darted to me. I stared back at him, my face cold. What are you talking about?" Marcus stammered. "I'm talking about how you stole your sister's inheritance, forged documents, lied about your father's will, kept money that wasn't yours." The room went silent. Everyone stared at Marcus. His face had gone white as paper. That's not true," he said weakly. "Alina, tell them it's not true." I stood up. "It is true, every word. I found the real will, Marcus. I found Dad's letter. I know everything you did." You knew, this whole time. For 2 weeks, I watched you celebrate, watched you plan your future, just like you watched me grieve Dad, never telling me you'd stolen my inheritance." Marcus's legs seemed to give out. He grabbed the table for support. "Please, Alina, please, we can work this out. I'll pay you back. I'll give you everything." "It's too late for that," James said coldly. "Henderson Global does not do business with criminals." Security escorted Marcus out of the building. He was crying, begging, trying to explain. But no one wanted to hear it. The media that had come to cover the big deal got a different story instead. "Businessman caught in fraud scandal" would be the headline. James walked over to me after Marcus was gone. "How do you feel?" he asked. "Empty," I admitted. "I got my revenge, but I lost my brother." "You lost your brother the day he chose to steal from you. What you did today was stand up for what's right." Maybe he was right. Maybe I'd done the right thing, but it still hurt. Marcus tried to call me 47 times that night. I didn't answer. Finally, he sent a text. "I'm sorry, please, let me explain." But there was nothing to explain. He'd made his choice 3 years ago. I filed a lawsuit the next morning. Sarah helped me gather all the evidence, the forged documents, the illegal sale, the stolen money. It was all there, clear as day. My lawyer said it was an open and shut case. Marcus would likely go to prison. "Are you sure you want to go through with this?" he asked. "It's not too late to settle privately." I thought about it, really thought about it. Then I remembered Mom's beach house, sold to strangers, gone forever. "File the papers," I said. 2 days later, Marcus showed up at my apartment. He looked terrible, unshaven, disheveled, broken. "Can we talk?" he asked. "Please, Alina, just 5 minutes." Against my better judgment, I let him in. "I need you to understand something," he said, sitting on my couch. "I didn't do this to hurt you." "Then why did you do it?" "Because I was jealous." The words came out like a confession. "Dad always loved you more. You were the smart one, the talented one. The beach house was Mom's favorite place, and he left it to you, not to both of us. To you. It felt like one more thing Dad chose you over me for." I stared at my brother. "So you stole from me because you were jealous?" I know it sounds stupid now, but at the time I was angry, hurt. My business was failing, and I needed money, and there was this property that felt like Dad's final insult to me. So I told myself I deserved it. I told myself it wasn't really stealing because we were siblings, and siblings share everything. But we don't share everything, Marcus. Dad left that house to me for a reason. Maybe because he knew I'd take care of it. Maybe because he knew you'd do exactly what you did. Marcus's face crumpled. "You're right, Dad knew. He knew what kind of man I was and what kind of man you are, and I proved him right, didn't I?" "What do you want from me, Marcus?" "Nothing. I don't deserve anything from you. I just wanted you to know that I'm sorry, truly sorry, not just because I got caught, but because I hurt you, because I betrayed you, because I destroyed our family." He stood up to leave. At the door, he turned back. "For what it's worth, I'm glad you did it. Ruined my deal, exposed me. I deserved it. You gave me exactly what I gave you: betrayal and loss. We're even now." "We'll never be even," I said, "because I would never have done to you what you did to me." After he left, I sat alone in my apartment. I had won. Marcus had lost everything: his deal, his reputation, his freedom once the courts were done with him. I had my revenge. So why did I feel so empty? A week later, my lawyer called with news. "Marcus wants to settle. He's willing to give you everything: the full amount from the beach house sale, plus interest, plus Dad's other assets he kept. He'll plead guilty to the fraud charges and accept whatever punishment comes. He just wants to avoid a trial." "Why?" "He says he doesn't want to put you through that. Says you've been hurt enough." I thought about it for 3 days. A trial would drag everything out, make me relive the betrayal over and over. It would be public and messy and painful. But settling felt like letting him off easy. "Tell him I want double," I finally said. "Double what he stole from me, and a public apology, and he stays out of my life forever." That's harsh. Not as harsh as what he did to me. Marcus agreed to everything. He sold his house, his car, everything he owned. He paid me back twice what he'd stolen. He wrote a public apology that was published in the business section of every major newspaper. Then he disappeared. I heard he moved to another state, took a job as a construction worker, started over from nothing. Me, I used the money to buy back the beach house from the people Marcus sold it to. They were happy to sell. They'd bought it as an investment anyway. I spent months fixing it up, making it beautiful again like it was when Mom was alive. Sometimes I go there and sit on the porch, watching the waves. I think about Mom and Dad. I think about Marcus and what we used to be as siblings. I think about revenge and justice and whether they're really the same thing. I got what I wanted. Marcus lost everything and I got my property back. But I also lost my brother, my only family. Was it worth it? I look at the ocean and remember Mom's laugh. I remember Dad's letter telling me to take care of this place. And I realize something important. Marcus didn't just steal property from me. He stole trust. He stole family. He stole the belief that the people who love you won't hurt you. And no amount of money or revenge can get that back. But I can make sure this place, Mom's favorite place, is taken care of. I can make sure Dad's wish is honored. I can build a new life here, away from betrayal and lies. The beach house is mine again. Marcus is gone. The revenge is complete. But late at night, when the house is quiet, I still sometimes wonder, did I do the right thing? Or did I become just as bad as him by destroying him so completely? I don't have an answer. Maybe I never will. All I know is this. When someone betrays you, when they steal from you, when they destroy your trust, you have 2 choices. You can let them get away with it, or you can fight back. I chose to fight back, and I won. But winning doesn't always feel like I thought it would.